4 of Roland Pruitt's Kaiju Review. Okay, let me start over again. Hi, guys. This is Roland Pruitt. Welcome to the episode 24 of Roland Pruitt's Kaiju Review. My microphone was muted. This is, like I said, episode 24. It's Godzilla versus MechaGodzilla, 1974. The first MechaGodzilla movie. There have been many. And we have a great lineup of people here to talk about it. Let me go ahead and start bringing them on. Of course, there's Anastasia and Professor Wallnut, my assistants in crime. I don't want to say the other thing because Anastasia gets upset when I do.
I don't like when you rip off other show. No, you're better than that, Roland. You are unique.
Partners in crime. There we go. We also have all the way from Japan, George Morgan, and hopefully Kaiju.Konbat will be joining us very soon. Look at that. He's got his toys ready. Is that a gashapon?
Yes, gashapon.
Gashapon. It's like, hey, you gone shopping? Gashapon. Okay, now I'm thoroughly corrected. Okay, so yes, we're going to talk about the very first MechaGodzilla movie, Godzilla vs. MechaGodzilla, 1974. It's a fun film. It is the first film that Godzilla was played by a new suit actor. Hori Nakajima played Godzilla in the first 12 or so movies, on up through Gigan. And I take that back. Megalon. They had another actor play it in Megalon. I apologize. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me today.
Well, the actor of this Godzilla is Zushi Isao. Not sushi, Zushi.
Zushi. Very good.
That's his family name. Isao is his given name. Yeah.
All right. Yes, because in Asia, the family name comes first.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and bring our timeline up. There's the Toho logo. Say that 5 times fast. Toho logo, Toho logo, Toho logo, Toho logo.
That 5 times fast.
That. We start off with Anguirus. I feel bad, and some call him Anguillus. I feel bad because all the press that I did for this show, I forgot to mention Anguirus. He's in this.
Well, he's going to the dentist after this, so
he does a cameo. He does kind of a cameo, but he's in it. So again, most of the posters and stuff have him on it, but it was really more Godzilla, MechaGodzilla, and King Caesar.
The thing is that the actor who played King Caesar also played Anguillus, so he couldn't be in both costumes at the same time.
Well, he fights himself? Or was the MechaGodzilla disguised Godzilla actually a different actor? Maybe.
No, the guy who played King Caesar also played Anguillus in this movie.
All right.
So he did both. So that's why I say they don't appear at the same time, because he played each of those characters.
So that means the other Godzilla, who is MechaGodzilla in disguise, was played by the guy who played MechaGodzilla, I guess.
Yes. Mori Kazunari.
All right.
That would make sense.
Okay.
Actually, no, there was no person. It was a real robot.
Okay. All right.
Right.
I thought as a kid that.
It's all real. Yes.
Yeah, we all thought that. Do you guys remember when this came out? When this first came out, they called it Godzilla versus the Bionic Monster.
Yes.
And then they got sued by the people that did the $6 million Man and the Bionic Woman because Bionic was their property. So they changed it to Godzilla versus the Cosmic Monster. And I guess everybody hated that title because they just changed it to Godzilla versus MechaGodzilla. But for a while, I called it Cosmic Monster because that's a good way to, disassociate it from a later film that's called Godzilla versus MechaGodzilla from 1993, I believe.
Yes, that's with the Mongira one. Yes.
Yeah.
And then later in the 2003 for Mogera. Yes, the Mogera one changed into the
Mogera.
Godzilla.
Yeah, Mogera.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so we get the title card. Anguillus was doing his usual thing on the island, Monster Island. Something's wrong, and Anguillus lets us know it. And then, well, Godzilla versus MechaGodzilla. Now, the music for this is by Marusato, so it's a little more lighthearted music, just like Son of Godzilla, and I want to say he did Godzilla versus Evora as well. So the themes are a little more lighthearted than most Godzilla films. So we go to a temple in Okinawa, and there's a set of brothers, Kasuka and Masahiko, are at the temple watching the show, the whatever they do for the tour groups, and then all of a sudden the priestess, played by Bella Lynn, she kind of freaks out. She kind of goes bipolar and starts freaking out in front of everybody. And he's taking pictures and hey, this is before mobile phones, so not everybody was fit. Oh, look, she's freaking out.
So they had mobile phones back then. They just didn't have cell phones, because mobile phones are the big army phones.
Right. Okay, I stand corrected. Thanks, George.
I do that here all the time. Sorry.
He does that all the time. He really does. So he's a veritable, trove of knowledge.
And if there's any vehicles, we'll find out all about the license plates.
Here's the weird part, is that she sees a kaiju vision, and the kaiju vision is King Ghidorah.
Which has nothing to do with this movie.
Has nothing to do with this film whatsoever. So I guess it was the wrong vision.
She did. She was doing mushrooms. They had a lot of mushrooms in Okinawa, so
they got good mushrooms in Okinawa.
And that grandfather looks like he's like 30 years old and wearing white hair everywhere.
And that's because that's what it is.
That's what you look at the actor, and he's 30 years old.
He's actually an actor that does a lot of different Japanese movies, and he's playing the priest here. His name is Masao Imufuku.
Yes.
And yes, this was like I don't want to say kabuki, but it was like stage show.
No, or go.
Kind of old man.
Japanese stage theater is called either no, or go. But using no is the very famous one. No, Japanese stage theater. No.
Right.
So this is Japanese stage theater kind of old man look.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Going quickly to the music. The composer did Godzilla Raids Again, Ebora, Son of Godzilla, this movie, and Godzilla Final Wars.
Oh.
I did not realize music. I did not realize that he did music for Godzilla Final Wars.
They used his music from Son of Godzilla and the other movies
okay.
when they showed footage. That's what they did. So
yeah,
I just want to put that in there.
Yeah, because
I love his music.
Yeah, there's a couple of new guys that were doing Final Wars, and it was kind of strange. They had I think one American, one composer doing some of the music, and then they had a Japanese composer doing some of the music, which was actually very good. The Japanese composer was very good, especially when Godzilla is kicking all the monsters' asses. That theme kicks ass. It really does. I like that one. Anyway, I digress. So the brothers are taking a ride. One brother, he actually uncovers artifacts and things on Okinawa, and they have found a statue of King Caesar, it turns out. And the other brother's, he's a photographer. He's just a young guy, and he says, "Yeah, drop me off over here, and everything's cool." So, but he goes to a cave, the younger brother, and he finds a little piece of metal. It's shiny. And it's kind of thick, but it's like space money, I think.
It's a space titanium. It's definitely titanium, and it must be from space only, because the Earth can't.
Space
coin.
How do you
know this? How do you know this?
Okay, we're getting ahead of ourselves. That's a professor.
Because he's a scientist. Scientists know these things.
So the older brother goes to where the artifact is, and I guess she's a news reporter. Kaisuka Shimizu is the older brother.
She's not a
Masahiko
reporter. She's the
Shimizu.
archaeologist. She's working for the.
Oh, she's an archaeologist?
Yes, she's an archaeologist working for the university.
Man, did I get that one wrong? She is Saiko Kanasugu. Wait a minute. Kanagusuku. And she's played by Raiko Tajima.
She's Psycho. Yeah, Psycho. Yes, she is Psycho.
She's Psycho. I just mentioned bipolar too, not too long ago. Sorry, I should.
Archaeologist at Shuri University, Shuri Daigaku.
Shouldn't label. So anyway, she comes to the site there, and she's looking up some documentation on this statue, and there's a premonition prophecy. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. Thank you. There's a prophecy that's talking about a mountain in the sky. It's talking about when the sun sets red in the west. And so she's trying to make sense of all that, and it's just gibberish. It's just not
dogs and cats living together.
Yeah.
Mass
hysteria.
And it's great how he doesn't let her in. You can't come in here. Oh, silly! I work at the university. I'm the archaeologist. That's the exact voice.
That's the exact voice. What do you think of that voice, Anastasia? We were talking about voices before the show.
Yes, I like. He's good. He's very nice. Thank you.
And a lot of people like Anastasia's voice, especially George.
And the pronunciation of Caesar, though, in the English dub, because it's done by the Hong Kong people again, is Caesar. It's Caesar. Caesar. I go, who's that?
King Caesar. Yeah.
No, Caesar, they say.
Caesar. Are you gonna get on Seesaw? What are you gonna play around? King Seesaw?
That's not a seesaw. That's a
that's a protector. You see them out in front of banks all the time. That alien agent on the left, he's a bad guy because he's got facial hair. The actor's name is Daigo Kusano. Daigo Kusano. And on the right, we find out later in the film, much later in the film, he's an Interpol agent. His name is Nanbara, and he's played by Shin Kishida.
Yeah, he's doing his Elvis lookalike here.
Trying. But that is one smash-faced man right there. Looks like somebody hit him in the face with a brick. Sorry. So the point here is he's supposed to look like a bad guy. You're not supposed to trust him, and then later on he turns out to be a good guy.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
What is that I hear?
That's one of my crazy cats.
Oh, crazy cat! It's a kaiju cat. Wow! Did we get a cat cameo?
Yeah, you missed the last cat cameo. Last time you missed.
Oh my gosh! I love cat cameos. Okay, so they're on an airplane going to Japan. They're going to go talk to a professor, and they've got the statue with them. And Nanbara introduces himself to them on the plane. I'm listening to your conversation.
His voice isn't scary at all. I'm a reporter. Can you tell
that's right.
me?
He says he's a reporter.
Information his intonation is like creepy.
I'm following a story. It's about your statue.
Creepy. You gotta put more creepy on it.
Everybody on the plane starts looking out the windows. They're freaking out, and there's a dark black cloud that looks like a mountain in the sky. The prophecy, it's coming true. Wow.
Get this cat out. Hold on.
Catty. Yes, Kitty is not happy apparently.
Cat right there. Feed me. Feed me, Seymour. Feed me now.
She's not allowed in the school, so.
Not allowed in the school. I can't imagine why.
Students are allergic to cat hair, and so
am I.
That guy's smoking on the plane. You can't smoke on an airplane.
Not anymore, but that was a
No, you
different
can't.
time.
No, even then you can't.
I am an Interpol agent. I can do anything. So they go to the professor's house. The professor is Professor Wagura. He's played by Hiroshi Koizumi, who's been in a lot of Godzilla films. I think this was the only film he was in the 70s, though. The last film they did was Tokyo SOS,
Yes.
and he passed away shortly thereafter.
Return of Godzilla, the one from '84, he did.
Yeah. And he's also in the second movie. You mentioned it earlier, Godzilla Raids Again. He's the pilot.
He's in Mothra. He's in Mothra. He's in Montango. He's in Atragon. He's in Mothra versus Godzilla. He's in Dogora, Ghidorah.
Yeah, usually he plays a scientist or
he's in everything. So
authority figure. Yeah.
And after he died, he didn't appear in many things. I don't know why.
He did not. At first, Kaisuka is. It looks like he's just giving her a ride, Psycho, to the professor's house. But it turns out he's related to the professor. It's a big gag.
Yeah, he's my uncle. Ho 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 ho! He's my uncle. Ho ho ho! I see you.
We fooled you, stupid woman.
Stupid woman.
That's what it comes across as, you know. In 1974. It really comes across as like we fooled the stupid girl.
But she's a woman. That's Japanese. No, that's not like that.
See, right there it is, right there. And then the professor gets all serious. Now, let's talk about this statue. So he's telling him, she's told him about the mountain in the sky and the airplane, and now they've got the statue here.
So the professor here.
Statue.
So this professor, he's sort of an Indiana Jones type almost. You know, I mean, without the bullwhip and the leather jacket, but he's very smart.
Well, I know that later on, when there's a fight between Daigo, the alien agent, and Kaisuka,
Yes.
he has a hard time. He wrestles with himself. Should I pick up the gun? It's like,
yeah, he's
yes,
not quite.
pick up the damn gun.
He's the one that uses the space titanium pipe to get himself loose later.
Yes.
That's Nambara you're talking about.
All right, we got a guest, and we're here. Yes.
There he
are.
is.
There's Kaiju.Konbat.
Hi.
Sorry,
I'm late.
I just got home from work. Yeah. So it's okay. It's cool. We just started the timeline just a few minutes ago. So we're at the professor's house now, Professor Wagura. And they just pulled the gag on Psycho.
Right.
I like calling her Psycho.
Yeah.
He is Psycho.
Sorry for being late.
No, it's cool.
No
It's
problem.
cool, man. Hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing all right. Good to have you here.
Thank
Yes, good to have you. Did you see this movie in the theaters, by the way?
you. Unfortunately, no, I wasn't born during this time. I was born.
But they showed him later.
They showed him later. I actually remember seeing this movie for the first time. Flipping through the channels one day. I actually saw it on Sci-Fi Channel.
Yes.
And this was like at I think 2:00 in the morning, man. I was probably like 7 or 8 years old, and I just stumbled upon this, man. I'm like, oh, and ever since then, man, my favorite MechaGodzilla to this very day, and I will fight anybody on that statement.
Yeah, we actually got a picture of you. We use it on our posters sometimes of you hanging with a guy in the MechaGodzilla outfit, the original MechaGodzilla outfit.
I'll pull it up right now for you folks.
Well, okay then.
Well, I asked because this is the movie that I saw at the theaters the most. I saw this 9 times as a kid. I paid to see it again every weekend for like they had it. It's good. MechaGodzilla's playing at the theaters. We're going now.
Yeah. No, this
again.
This is definitely one of my favorite MechaGodzilla films. I mean,
It's
MechaGodzilla is a great one too.
I'll be honest with you. I mean, on such a low budget, it's a great film. I mean,
Absolutely.
it's the best one I think of the 70s.
Mhm.
I there was something about Terror of MechaGodzilla that I just didn't like as much. I didn't like Titanosaurus all that much.
Don't spoil it for the next one. Don't spoil it. We'll go that next time.
But I really like King Caesar.
Oh, he's my favorite.
So yeah, this is a great film. It's got Anguirus in it, and again, just the
Angeles.
I don't think they've ever topped. I think they've ever topped the MechaGodzilla suit in this one is great.
Mhm.
So they go to see another professor now about the titanium, the metal. They don't know what it is yet.
It's titanium, I think.
But it's Professor Hideto Miyajima, played by Akihiko Harata, who of course we know as Sarazawa. But he's done a lot of the Godzilla movies. He's in there somewhere, most of the Toho Godzilla films.
Godzilla, Rodan, Mysterium, Garon, Mothra, Gorath, King Kong versus Godzilla, Atragon, Ghidra, Ultima Q, Ultraman, Ebora, Ultraman, Ultra 7, Ultra 7,
just
Son
name
of
a couple.
Godzilla.
Let's name a couple.
So he says it's space titanium.
Yes.
And George pointed out earlier, how does he know that? They've never space titanium hasn't even ever been invented by this point. Titanium, yes, but space titanium. So there's a big earthquake there by the lab, and there's his daughter, Ikuko Miyajima. And she's played by Hiromi Matsushita. So Kaiju.Konbat. I'm gonna call you by your name, Ramon. Hey, Ramon, you were up at 2:00 and you were 8 years old, 8 years old.
Yeah. I just happened to stumble across this film on Sci-Fi Channel. It was just like me and my cousins just looking for something to watch, and as soon as I saw the Godzilla and Gears fight, I literally told him, stop. We're watching this for the rest of the night.
So you had seen other movies before that.
I want to go ahead.
You had seen other Godzilla movies before that.
Oh yeah. Like I said, my first one was King Kong versus Godzilla. This was actually the third film. This is the third film I saw. The second one after that was Godzilla versus Biollante.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I actually owned that one on VHS. I mean, that was
when you saw the first King Kong versus Godzilla, was it the American version by John Beck?
Yes, by John Beck and distributed by Universal Pictures. Sorry, but yep.
Right.
Again, it was one of those one of those things where my brother who I live with now, we would just same scenario, scrolling through, looking for something to watch on TV. Then you see the scene with King Kong being lifted by the balloons, and then they're like, "Oh, look, it's Godzilla down there in Mount Fuji," and it's like, ever since, dude, it's just been off to the races with me being a huge fan of this Godzilla and Kong and all that. But yeah,
that's right. That's one of your favorite films, I know.
Yeah,
this is one of your favorites too. So
absolutely,
George's favorites.
Yeah, when this aired on TV for the first time is when I just got a VCR. Got a VCR, and so it was like it set like midnight, or it was late. So I set the recording for the timer first time, and I woke up and I watched it, and to my surprise, the station aired it in black and white.
Wow!
What?
So I watched this on video for like 500 times until I could get it on color, till it was released on video on color, so in black and white only.
Why did they do that?
I don't know.
That's interesting.
Weird. That's weird.
That is interesting.
I still have it in me. I sent it to myself in Japan. So
that's awesome.
Every now and again, you got to watch it in black and white just for old time's sake.
That's right.
Oh, absolutely.
It's kind of like when they re-released Godzilla -1 in black and white.
Yes.
Got to watch it in black and white every now and again. All right, so
it's called Shiro no Kuro. Shiro no Kuro. They say white black in Japanese. Shiro no Kuro.
Daigo, the alien agent #1. That's what he's listed as on IMDb. He attacks and trying to get the statue, and a big fight ensues. I'm hoping that we haven't gone past the part where he tries to smother him with a pillow. Oh, there he is. And he's He's punching him under the pillow. Oh, damn you! Damn you! Not only you smother me, you're punching me at the same time. I love that. And then he does like the head death grip.
The Iron Claw.
Iron Claw on him.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm a big fan of professional wrestling, so as soon as I saw the claw, I was like, okay, I already know what he's going for right here.
Oh, that hurts.
Yep.
and
the
all
professor,
the time, the gun is on the floor, and the professor won't pick up the damn gun. You can see him there. He's wrestling with himself what to do next.
He'd break the law. You can't pick up guns in Japan. You'd want to break the law. The police might.
Oh, is that it?
Oh, wow.
That's funny. That explains it then. He doesn't want to break the law.
I did not know that. Wow.
Alien invader, he don't care.
No.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, so he runs away because there's just there's too many people showing up, and again, Nambura is right there on the corner watching outside. And again, we're made to believe he's maybe not a good guy, but he is. Later, we find out he wears his sunglasses at night.
He's doing his Elvis impersonation. I tell you, my name's Elvis Presley. Come on.
I don't think this is Mount Fuji, but there's a mountain that explodes, and like a giant boulder flies out of it and hits another mountain, and then Godzilla shows up.
Or so we think.
Yep.
And that's the prophecy, is that a kaiju will arise and destroy Japan.
God, such a great shot.
Dun, dun. It's Godzilla. We never thought Godzilla would be the kaiju. He's only the king of the kaiju, but we never thought it would be him.
No way.
By this time, he was the friend of all children everywhere, you know.
Yes, he's great. He's the best suit actor. Zuki is the best suit actor, I think.
Really? Are you being facetious?
I'm not being facetious. I love him. I love this. I love the childlike part of it.
Yeah, when he walks, he does this.
He's very, very animated. He's very animated.
So yeah, he's walking along and he's looking mean, and the puppy dog face, they kind of made it look a little harsher. The eyes and
as I said in the last episode, they made this costume even more than less than like a week or 2 weeks. It's the fastest made costume and the lightest costume.
Oh wow!
Well, they had to make two Godzillas.
Make two,
yeah.
It's Godzilla! I saw him on TV.
The 30-year-old guy with the gray hair.
Old man. With his white mustache and white beard. I'm surprised he didn't do this. That's one of the moves from the stage, the old men on the stage. Anyway, okay, so Godzilla attacks a hotel. Blows it up. And the earth starts to move. And we find out that the earthquakes were caused by Anguillus to George, who's been tunneling under the ground there in Japan because he knows what's going on. He knows that's not really Godzilla.
Oh God.
That's my Anguirus impersonation. Thank you. So yeah, he's kicking Anguirus around, and the guy actually says while he's driving the car, "Hey, that's strange that Anguirus would attack his friend."
Yes, he does. In Japanese too.
Yes, even in Japanese.
Yep.
Kaisuka, you are the master of this. And that's our first clue that maybe this is not really Godzilla. So
it is.
now you would think it's the real Godzilla because he does the Godzilla movie that he did in like the last 3 or 4 movies. He picks up the kaiju costume and he beats it on the ground.
Mm-hmm. but his roar is different.
Yeah, the roar.
the roar is different. And that was
It's
the
totally
first
the roar.
clue.
It's a mechanical roar, yeah, but you
Yeah.
can tell the actor is the same.
and Anguirus actually causes a little piece of the Godzilla shoulder to come off, so you can see a little gleam of space titanium.
Where is it? I have it on the figure. On the figure, I have it. I can change the arms to the.
I just sold
Oh
that
wow.
figure. I just sold that figure. Made a good money off of that one.
Really?
Probably the best money I've made off my figures. Yeah.
Oh, that scene is so hard for me to watch.
And yeah, he does the King Kong movie where he takes the jaw loose. Yeah.
And the good thing, the Japanese have good dentists because Angus was going to a dentist.
Oh man.
Yeah,
I thought he died.
I thought so too. And I have a dog, and like I was watching this movie one night with my dog in bed. And I just grab my blanket, and go, oh, okay, let's cover your head. You don't need to watch that.
Don't watch. Don't watch. It's not really him.
Yeah.
So Anguilla slinks off, goes back into his hole in the ground, and Godzilla moves on purposefully. Dun 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 dun. And Masuro Sato, his theme song is very hip for MechaGodzilla. It's kind of like sing, sing, sing. It starts out with a like drum. I
have it live here. I'm watching the Japanese version now as we speak. So I'm not going to turn the camera around. Don't worry.
Okay, so this was made at the same time that Zone Fighter was on TV, and that's why I showed this slide of Zone Fighter. And you can see Zone Fighter there shaking hands with Godzilla. It's the same suit. And are you ready for the next slide? He had his own bat cave.
Oh yeah, I remember
Godzilla
seeing that. Yeah, he has his own lair.
He had doors that open and close on his bat cave. I loved it.
My question is, who did Godzilla have to pay to make that even happen?
Like himself. You got the monster to make it.
No, yeah, it was just always blew my mind. Like, wait, why does Godzilla have a lair of all people?
He has a lair. That's it. If you haven't seen Zone Fighter, the Godzilla episodes, really treat yourself. They are the best. They are so bad. Oh, I love them. And again, that shot right there, the bat cave, it only lasts a second. I mean, it's just a second, but you just get the idea right there. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
So he comes out of his bat cave and he starts going to wherever the trouble is. Duh! Godzilla's on his way. All right, so
I like the music. I like the music in this one. The especially the Godzilla theme. I like it a lot better than the ones where it's like wah wah.
Yeah.
A lot less annoying.
They actually start out, or he starts out with the same note. The dun, and of course in the original theme it's dun 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 dun. But he had to change the theme. You know, it wasn't Ipakubi, so he had to change it. But he starts out with that same sustained note, so you know, oh, that's Godzilla coming, which I thought was cool. So Kaisuka is trying to navigate around the wreckage, and he finds another big like piece of metal, and it's more space titanium.
Space titanium.
So he takes it to Professor Hideto Miyajima, and he does a test on it. He goes, "Yeah, this is the same as the coin that I was given by your brother." And he does tests on it and stuff. And so that's peculiar. So then Godzilla is rampaging. And notice that Godzilla doesn't have a blue beam here.
Yes, it's red. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's one of the Sith.
and in black and white, you can really tell a difference.
It looks like white.
No, not at all.
So now when Godzilla is attacking, the first thing you should do is just pack up the whole family in the car and get as close as you can to the devastation.
Well, they're near the ocean. They're seaside because that's where all the factories are. All those factory things and they're everywhere like that in Japan.
Because it's cheaper to shoot, a scene like that than to do an actual city with a lot of buildings. So the Godzilla kind of looks down at a building, kind of like, uh-oh, what's going on here? And the building starts to flicker and flash with light, and then the real Godzilla pops out of the building. Nice reveal, nice surprise.
He's not happy.
Nope.
And
This is
it's time to square off. And then we finally get to meet the alien leader, the supreme leader, played by Goro Matsumi. And of course, he smokes cigars throughout the movie because aliens would drink cognac and smoke cigars all the time. I love this guy. He is such a bad guy. Well, it looks like the real Godzilla's finally showed up. He's great. And again, always chopping on a cigar, always got like a glass of cognac in his hand. So there's the blue beam. So Godzilla hits the other Godzilla with his blue beam. It reveals more of the metal arm. We actually can see some bolts now. It's a robot. It's a bionic robot. Don't say bionic. Copyright.
We'll get sued.
Cosmic robot.
Let's go ahead and show what Godzilla's up against. More cognac.
My DVD set.
And then we do the reveal.
Yes.
And
Such an amazing entrance for MechaGodzilla.
It is. It's a great reveal.
Again,
How did they do the effects?
Yeah.
How did they do the effects of the suit coming off? I thought we thought.
Yeah, this is before CGI, baby. Yeah, some nice animation there, getting his suit to melt away or whatever you want to say, disappear. But here we have. They had enough money to make the suit. Okay. So they want to. The best utilization of this is they show a bunch of really quick smash shots of close-ups of the suit, and it's very effective. I mean, it makes this film look like $1 million. Look at that.
It looks, and I love how Godzilla.
Close-ups of the kneecaps.
How it goes when Godzilla first sees him, he goes,
Yeah.
And that's what you do in Japanese. If you think something is strange, you tilt your head.
Yeah.
Huh? I love his animation in the suit. He's so good.
Yeah. So just a really cool reveal and a really cool beginning to this character who, again, has stood the test of time. Other monsters, other kaiju have only shown up in maybe two movies, but MechaGodzilla, man, he's like King Ghidorah. He's always going to come back sometime down the line.
Yeah.
Now, and we're in different incarnations.
And all the MechaGodzillas, don't they have? Don't they have the MechaGodzilla from the 90s and then ones from the early 2000s and then the one in Ready Player One and then the one in the King Kong versus Godzilla. But the Ready Player One, I did not like at all.
Really? I liked it because it was kind of a nod to this one, I thought.
I didn't look enough like it. It's just too much of a difference. So I didn't care for it.
I still feel like we got robbed from Singular Point with the ending credits showcasing their MechaGodzilla. We got robbed. We got robbed on that one.
Yes.
I gotta watch that. I haven't seen Singular Point yet. I've got to watch it.
Oh my god! I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. I feel bad now.
No, it's cool. It's all right.
You won't ruin anything. Don't worry.
Most of the kaiju are in that in some fashion or form. So yeah.
Varen was definitely one of my favorites. I'm glad he got some redemption in that series.
So we get the eye beams, which we can now show his true power. His missiles coming out of his fingers. By the way, those finger bullets, I guess if you want to call them missiles, they must go all the way up into his shoulders because he never runs out. He never runs out of missiles.
And his kneecaps too. His kneecaps,
yeah, and toes.
Well, it's from my understanding they had a I don't know, anatomies of MechaGodzilla. So he runs off a alien alien element. I can't pronounce it because I'm not gonna try. But he also has a missile factory inside his body, so it's like a never-ending supply of missiles.
Missile factory. Wow.
Yeah. So there's just every time
He's constantly loading, and there's guys
it's just constantly going. It's a never-ending supply.
Here's the schematic. Here's the
Green
schematic.
Gorilla
Yeah,
loading missile.
There's the schematic.
Green Gorilla guys loading up missiles every second. So they both fire their beams at each other at the same time, and there's a flashback or a blowback, I guess I should say, and it causes MechaGodzilla to topple over, and he needs to come back to base. Godzilla falls into the water there, and there's blood coming up out of the water, so the guys are like, "Oh no, he's killed Godzilla."
Yes.
You better bring MechaGodzilla back to base to be repaired. There he is. And we find out that MechaGodzilla gets around or can get around by farting out of the bottom of his feet and flying.
Yes.
So it's like, and he flies off. There goes MechaGodzilla. Off he goes. So
And
yeah,
the leader of the bad guys, he's dark here because that's supposed to that's a hint. That's supposed to be a hint that he's not human, that he's part gorilla.
correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because when the guys get shot or killed,
yes,
they turn into green gorillas with like spiky things coming out of their face.
yes, it's a directly homage to Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, around this time, they did their own version of the Planet of the Apes. It's a really terrible movie. It's really bad. And I'm sure they used the same
at that
guy.
time too. They had already been 5 Planet of the Apes movies plus the live action TV show, which I watched every episode, and then the cartoon too, which was really good. It came out about this time.
But I think the movie I'm talking about is called Time of the Apes, I think is what it's called. And it's really bad. At least the English dub version is bad. I don't know about the original. But so they're doing some more research on the prophecy and King Caesar, and he says, you need to take this statue to Okinawa. You need to get it back there. You need to get it back to the temple. So they get on the Love Boat, and
but these boats are everywhere still. These cruises.
Nambara,
they're really nice.
Nambara is also watching over them on the boat. They don't know it yet. Interpol agent Nambara. I wear my sunglasses when I shower. So they go into the cave again because that's where they found the space titanium coin, and they get caught by the aliens. Excuse me, ginger ale there. And they meet the supreme leader. Why don't you have a cigar and some cognac with me? And he wants the professor to help them. I don't know how he knows the professor can fix a MechaGodzilla, but evidently he thinks he can faster than they can. So he's like, I want you to help us fix MechaGodzilla. He's like, no, I'm not going to do that. And then he takes his daughter and Masahiko away. All right, I'll do it.
I'll kill millions. It's worth it.
So yeah, they take him away. What are you going to do to them? Well, why don't you find out by fixing MechaGodzilla for me? And he holds the hairdryer gun on him. That's what George calls the hairdryer gun.
That's a hairdryer gun. That's what I call it. I have that hairdryer.
You said that. I mean, they used it like Gigan, which was like 3 films before. Actually 2. And they've been using it. Aliens actually used it in Destroy All Monsters. I think they had the same guns.
Yes.
So when George first said it on the show, I thought that was hysterical. So every time I see one now, I say the hairdryer gun.
But maybe they used it in Ghidorah. In Ghidorah, did they have it with the aliens too?
They maybe in Monster Zero. Yeah.
I'm thinking Monster Zero.
Maybe.
I think so. Yes.
You might be right. We're using these props.
But they need to bring back the sunglasses. I want those sunglasses. Yeah.
So they're on the boat and they're having a romantic moment. No, I'm kidding. And I think
There's
she
no
actually
kidding here.
says, Sayeko actually says, I wonder how Godzilla's doing, or something like that. And they actually go to where Godzilla is. And this is a very King Kong thing. Kong gets power from electricity. Godzilla in the earlier movies hated electricity, didn't like it, but now he's gaining power from electricity. So he's learned a lot from King Kong in this movie.
They just mixed them up. The guy that wrote it, he just said, "That's right," and
Yeah, Kaiju.
he drank all night. He's drinking sake all night. We got to write the King Kong and Godzilla.
Pounding down sake. So yeah, Godzilla's glowing, and he's getting power from lightning. And then his back fins kind of light up, kind of weird. So he's okay again. He's good again. So Daigo is on the ship too, and he's going to steal the statue of King Caesar. And there's a fight, another fight in the stateroom, and he gets shot in the face, and he turns into a gorilla, a green gorilla.
Yeah. Still has that mustache though. Where does mustache go though?
He doesn't speak in the entire movie, but he grunts when he becomes a gorilla. And he grabs the statue and he runs outside on the deck. And there's a big long scene where he's chasing after him. Kaisuka is chasing after him. And then he gets a gun. He gets his gun out and he holds it on Kaisuka. And then he gets shot from somebody we don't see. And it's Nambara.
And then that guy says, "Damn it all to hell." Oh, no, he didn't say that when he gets.
So Nambara goes over the side. I'm sorry. Daigo goes over the side with the statue. Ah! And falls into the ocean.
When he first came to the ape and he grabbed him, he goes, "Get your hands off me, you dirty, stinking ape." Doesn't he say that?
No, that's a different movie.
No.
Oh, I thought he was just doing it.
I think that was Time of the Apes.
Get your hands off my statue, you damn dirty ape.
Yes, there we go. There you go.
So he goes in the drink, and they don't know what's going on. They don't know who shot him. And Nambaro shows up and goes, "It's a nice night for some whatever." It's some stupid, silly line. And they're like, "That guy again."
Nice night for romance.
It's like, on a night like this, you should talk about love.
Oh, jeez.
But it's so casual. He was
The
probably
actual
shot.
line, God, it's even worse than I thought.
But it's so casual. He goes, "So he's probably shot."
Now, here's Kenji Sahara's cameo. He plays the ship captain, and he gives Kaisuka an identical box that, like the one that was in Saeko's room that was taken by Daigo. And it turns out that the other one was a fake.
You can find those
again,
at
you
every.
stupid
There's
girl.
many shops that have those things, those statues in Japan. You can buy old Japanese stuff.
So again, we have one of those. I'm laughing at you, you stupid girl. I fooled you again. So he's got the statue.
I think X Plus is actually working on a King Caesar statue.
Oh, really? That would be
Yeah.
cool.
No,
Yeah.
I would definitely buy it in a heartbeat. I love that statue.
Yeah, that's a cool statue. I've got a dragon statue that looks kind of like Manda, the first Manda.
Wow.
When I was in China, I'm not going to go up and pick up and show it to you, but I do have one.
I've seen similar statues of the lion, just like in this movie, at pawn shops, at shops that have.
Oh,
Yeah.
So I'm just saying it's like
Dragons and lions are
standard.
protectors. Yeah.
So it's.
I know some of them bring you like good luck, good fortune, and like they keep away evil spirits.
Correct. They're supposed to be evil
yes,
spirits. Yeah. That's why you see the lions in front of the banks in Asia. You know, one on each side of the one's always got his mouth open and the other one doesn't on the both sides of the door of the bank. Yeah.
And it's also because of the cats too, the lucky cats, because the lion's the same. So
they go to their hotel.
Give me money.
Out,
give me help.
They find out the rest of the group hasn't shown up. They're being watched by another guy in sunglasses. Not sure who that is. Not sure why they brought him in now, but there it is. And that's a GT, isn't it? That Kasuka has. Kasuka has a bitch.
Yes, and what's the plate? Let me tell you what the plate is. What's the plate say?
Tell us
what is the plate?
Tell
Yeah,
us, George.
tell
Hold
us.
on. I'm zooming in on it. Hold
That's
on.
Okinawa.
That's Tokyo again. That's Tokyo again. That's a Tokyo plate. The three ball. That's Kawa. The second kanji is it's ri, niju ni, niju ichi, and the goju go. That means the size of the engine is 55. That's a very small engine, and the three squares and the three lines. That's Tokyo area.
Now,
I think it's
this brings
Nishikawa.
to mind my question: how did he get his car to Okinawa? Did it go on the boat? Was it a boat that allowed cars to come on? It looks like a
Yes.
regular cruise ship.
Yes,
But
yeah. You can bring your car and to islands in Japan,
Okay.
and you can.
All
And
right.
I've done it. I've done it once.
Wow.
Cool. So yeah, because it's the same car that he was navigating around the wreckage when Anguirus was fighting. So yeah. So yeah, he actually brought it on the boat and took it to Okinawa with him.
Yes, and to
I
GP.
rented a car, but
Yeah, a lot of the ferries in Japan are huge.
Yes,
They're as big as cruise ships.
but yeah, it looks like a
they're
cruise
built
ship.
for cars. They're built for cars. You put all the cars in, and then to bring your car over to an island, a near island that takes like an hour, costs like $30, and to bring your bike, it costs like $5. I'm talking bicycle.
Yeah.
And a motorcycle is like $10, I think.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
That's worth it. Kaisuka goes into the cave, and he's seen by the aliens, and then the alien is taken care of by Numbura, and this is where Numbura says, "I'm an Interpol agent," and that's why I wear my sunglasses all the time. Ironically, all the time he's in the base here, the alien base, his sunglasses are off. So he takes his sunglasses off after he announces he's an Interpol agent, and then he leaves them off.
I don't need this disguise anymore.
Nope.
There it is.
It's Nolan the sun, Nolan the out.
You didn't realize I was just pretending to be a news reporter. So I can take these sunglasses off. God damn, I'm so glad to get these sunglasses off now. I can see.
Exactly.
So they conk out, they get into the base and they conk out. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Professor Hideto has fixed MechaGodzilla now. So why don't you come and have some cognac and a cigar with me? And he's like, I'll drink with you later. And he's like, okay, let me show you to your friends. And then, of course, he throws him in the cell with his friends, his daughter, and Masahiko. And they turn up the heat. Nasty aliens. Try our sauna. It's very scorching.
They want us to lose weight.
So yeah, he's trying to roast them alive. They're in a big French fry. Damn it! That would have been a funny joke if I didn't remember the goddamn word.
Heating lamp.
Where French fry lamp, I guess is the word I was looking for. Yeah, the one where they keep the fries warm while they're waiting.
And in Japan, they ask, what's a French fry?
Yeah, it's heating.
Heat lamp.
A heat lamp.
Fried potato. Fried potato.
So yeah, there's even levels, ding, ding, that you can watch go up the level there.
The alien, the alien leader. The alien
This
leader
is level
across,
3. We're gonna put it up to level 10.
He comes across as more of a Bond villain than an alien.
There's a lot of Bond to this. There really is.
But-
With the Interpol agents. And
In the interview with him, the interview said he wanted this to be like a Bond villain. That's what he said.
yeah,
When he was doing it.
there's definitely elements of that. And again, because it was so low budget, they did a lot of human story and the kaiju action. Again, the Anguirus fight is basically over dirty ground. There's no buildings there. And the fight with King Caesar at the end, and Godzilla shows up, it's all mountainous like terrain. There's no buildings to crush. So again, they saved a lot of money, and again, they made it look like $1 million. See, when you see a movie like Godzilla's Revenge, I don't know, it just seems like it's low budget. And again, even Gigan seems very low budget, but this one didn't seem as low budget to me.
It doesn't seem at all, but it is less money than the other ones.
But it's less money than the other ones, yeah. So the
Yeah.
director did a good job of making the film look like $1 million, even though
in that heat sauna room, it's supposed to be hot. The girl is not sweating at all. There's no sweat on her. Hair is perfectly
She's touching
permed.
the walls for crying out loud.
I'm like, I want to see that girl sweat, please. Come on.
Yeah, the guys are sweating. I don't want to sweat. Japanese
Yes,
actor. Prima donna. I'm not going to sweat. I'm an actress. I'm a famous actress. All right. So these guys knock out a couple of guards. They get inside. Well, first off, they take one guard and they use him to get inside. Then they knock out 2 guards and they find the professor and his daughter and Masahiko.
And the guards have facial hair, by the way.
And they let him out. Yes, bad men in Japanese movie and TVs all have facial hair. Same in Chinese. All have facial hair. You know they're a bad guy. So they're escaping, and they actually pull a Gigan in this with the car. The aliens are going to blow up the car. And luckily, Daigo, not Daigo. Nanbara, he's a good agent. He understands, so he uses like a little wire that he's got in his gadget wallet, whatever, and they blow up the car from a distance. So now the aliens think they're dead. Then they look up in the sky, and there is the red moon eclipse. It's happening. It's starting to happen. Oh, we got to get this statue to the temple. The professor says, I'm gonna go back. I have to destroy MechaGodzilla because I helped to fix him. And Numbura says, I'll go with you. And Masahiko decides to go back. I don't know why, but he decides to go back with them. So Kaisuka, he's going to go to Saeko's room and get the statue and take it and these guys are going to go back to the alien base inside, and they go back in. And they strangle a guard and he turns into a green gorilla. That's what happens. You die, you become a green gorilla with spiky things coming out of your face. What am I seeing here?
I don't know why, but my little cousin was so traumatized when they would get killed. They turned to apes.
They
He
turned
was
to
so
gorilla.
he was so traumatized by that.
Green gorilla! No!
Yeah.
It's got horns in his face.
that is pretty yeah. But I like that
I guess as a
they
little
just
kid, if you're 7 or 8, yeah, that can be pretty traumatizing. They have sharp teeth and everything.
Yeah.
I like that they just froze the frame and then just slowly faded his face.
Yes, great effects.
Like a green cartoon thing happening.
Great,
And
phenomenal effects.
Yes.
it's definitely Doctor Who level effects. So, what am I looking at here?
Oh, they're taking the statue back to the temple.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the aliens captured the. Yeah, I can't remember.
But there's a
the
couple
name.
of
They're back in Okinawa at the
Couple of aliens are waiting for them. They hold the priestess and the priest at hairdryer point. And then the other Interpol agent shows up. The guy in white who's wearing his sunglasses. I didn't even notice he took his sunglasses off after this, but he's going to introduce himself as an Interpol agent after he kills these 2 guys. They turn into gorillas. Let's see if he takes his sunglasses off and leaves them off. Okay, I didn't get a shot of it. Sorry. So they put the statue up on its pedestal where it's supposed to be. Its eyes start to glow red. And the sun is setting the red sun is setting in the west. A beam goes through his eyes and goes to a place over by the ocean there, and it blows open a giant hole in the mountain there, and it reveals King Caesar.
Bum, bum, bum.
And there he is, and he's asleep. It's like, well, he's not going to do much good. He's asleep. He's supposed to be a protector. He's supposed to help us. But he's asleep. So it turns out that the priestess, she is she's a descendant of the original priestesses, It goes down the line. She has to sing a song to him, the King Caesar song, to wake him up. And it's a long song. It's like when you go to karaoke and somebody picks a song and you go, oh jeez, this is like a 5-minute song. Damn.
Oh no, they're doing Stairway to Heaven.
Oh no, they're doing Love Shack.
Okay,
Oh,
but I play this at my kindergarten. We play the Godzilla song, and then we play Mothra, and then we play this for all the kids, and all the kids sing.
Yeah. Yes.
Wow.
So Mato Sato, yeah, they had to give him something, like a song for the movie. So this is it. And the Supreme Leader's like, MechaGodzilla, go kill King Caesar as he's sleeping. Don't worry, she's gonna sing a long song. It's gonna take a while. Walk over there.
Right.
King Caesar, I gotta get on my knees at the beach. And she does it. She does the song, and she keeps doing the song. And MechaGodzilla's getting closer. And finally, he wakes up. His eyes glow red. He wakes up. He turns over King's. He goes over. He sings. I'm sorry. He sings. He sees MechaGodzilla over to the left. And MechaGodzilla still hasn't made it to him, and his ears go up. Wang! When I was a kid, I loved that. Oh my God, he's got puppy dog ears. I love it.
Yes.
It goes straight up. Wing.
And he's got the reflecting power.
Godzilla Wars too. But I like this one better. The one in Godzilla Wars looks kind of like weird in the face.
It doesn't look good. Godzilla Wars doesn't look right. They did something wrong. Yeah,
he looks much cooler in this.
We're not even going to discuss that. We're not, because I will legitimately get pissed if we talk about the design for King Caesar and Final War. Not doing it. Not doing it.
Yeah, I think they did that one quickly. Let's streamline the suit. Let's make his jaw look like a monkey jaw.
No. Question for Caesar's powers. Eyes. I get a question on Caesar. When I first watched this, I thought that Caesar had laser beams too, but watching it again, he's just reflecting back the power that MechaGodzilla is shooting him at.
Just like the statue, his eyes reflect the beam to wherever else. Yeah.
But so, I never noticed that when I was a kid. I thought, wow, he's got beams too. How come he doesn't use them?
You got to shoot a beam at him, and then he shoots it back at you. So the Supreme Leader is like, okay, MechaGodzilla, just kill him anyway, even though he's awake. And our team goes in, but evidently there's a security issue there that they didn't show before, where they taser you when you come in the front door.
They could have used that many times before.
But they didn't. Just this time. I knew you were coming back, even though I thought I blew up your car.
This tasers anyone who comes in, including my girl.
It's like there's no reason why they should have left that off earlier, but they did.
I'm going to put that on my house.
Yeah, right behind the door camera.
I have a door camera. Every Japanese house has a door camera.
Yes. So King Caesar starts out, fighting pretty cool, fighting pretty good. Again, he's reflecting his beams back. And we get Mato Sato's kaiju fight theme, which I love, from Son of Godzilla. Dun, 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 dun. It's a great theme.
Yours is better than the actual music, I think.
Thank you. Thank you.
I love the back and forth eye laser beam back and forth thing with each other they did in this film. And King Caesar, this one's a pretty scrappy fighter. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
He misses on the way back. On his return fires, though, he's missing.
Yeah.
And then we get the missiles, the finger missiles. And that hurts. Ow! So he jumps.
He died. Come on, he speaks Japanese. He died.
He jumps behind that little mini mountain there.
He dies. Ouch.
There he is peeking out from behind. Yeah, you ain't gonna get me. Ha 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 ha. And
I
then
love that he's hiding.
The chest plate comes open and we get like a little lightning laser beam. It just saws that bad boy in half.
Knocks it right off. A mountain in half.
Damn.
Like, oh
Hands
shit.
are going up. So now the Interpol agent, who's good at escaping, and the professor and the other guy, Masahiko, who's there for no reason at all except for support. They're in the back of the room, and the supreme leader is very cocky. This is MechaGodzilla. We must take short work of King Caesar. And meanwhile, behind their backs, yeah, he's got a special James Bond ring, Nambara does, and he's going to use it to pick the lock on his chains, which are attached to all of their chains. And he gives a little nudge to the professor there, and the professor gives him a little nod.
Are those chains made of space titanium?
Probably.
Probably.
I would guess so.
What can we do with this leftover metal? Make handcuffs. Why not?
There we go. Let's see you escape from our MechaGodzilla style handcuffs. Shackles.
Yeah, shackles. They're more shackles or bracelets or shackles.
They're shackles. Escape from those. They're space titanium. So yeah, we get in some cases they're trying to make King Caesar kind of cute. I guess he's like a puppy dog. He's like a lion. He's
I think that they just tried that. The director was trying to show that MechaGodzilla is just much more powerful than him.
Right. Has anybody seen anybody's cosplay of a King Caesar, an original King Caesar?
I haven't seen, no.
I've never seen one. It would be a great cosplay.
Okay,
I'm sure there'll be one turning up at G-Fest this year, because trust me, there was some cosplays that took me out of surprise for my first visit. Especially the MechaGodzilla. Cleanest cosplay. Yes, this summer.
In Chicago, or where is it?
It's in Chicago. I already got, hotels booked, tickets bought. I'm good to go.
When is that? What's the date?
It's July 10th through 12th.
Oh crap.
Not sponsored. I'll
actually be in Japan at that time.
Oh wow.
Yeah, going back to China for a while, and then going to Japan.
Well, there's a guy on Reddit that made a costume. Looks pretty good.
Okay.
Cool.
You want to see? Guy on Reddit.
Yes.
Yeah.
It looks pretty authentic.
That looks pretty good. Anyway.
So here is where MechaGodzilla is jamming his finger missiles right down Caesar's throat.
Feel my fingers.
I saw this when I was younger. I felt really bad for King Caesar. I was like, man, that's a bad move. That's a terrible move.
I
stuck him with his missile fingers.
I still always think to myself, like, man, what if they just had MechaGodzilla fire the missiles in his mouth? Like, I could literally see Toho doing it. Because keep in mind, their films are geared towards kids, but they're not afraid to get gory with it.
Again, Godzilla bleeds in this one, and he did in Gigan as well.
Starting Gigan, they show more.
So, so they all look over to the left, and the ocean is boiling, and up comes Water Godzilla. That's the Water Godzilla suit. The actor is safe. He won't drown. This is now the regular kaiju suit that they just kind of sprayed with water.
And this scene right here is I love this scene. They do a close up of Godzilla's head, and he comes up, and then they go up to the body, and then his arms with the. We get the scene of whoa! I love the animation with Godzilla. Ooh, I'm ready for you, buddy.
It looks like the real Godzilla is not dead after all. Okay. Kill him, MechaGodzilla, and kill King Caesar too. Again, they're working on those. The professor's got he's got a special pipe that if you pull it apart. Now, I don't know why a professor would make this for himself.
Just in case he gets captured by gorillas.
In case you get captured by aliens. Have a pipe that if you pull it apart to the two pieces and throw it at the opposite sides of the room, it's going to just put a wonky wave through all of your mechanical items. That's my best way I can describe it. So here Godzilla's making his way up close. He takes a nice little trump over there. And the cool part is that MechaGodzilla's head turns around, so his head is facing King Caesar, is sneaking up behind him.
Yeah.
And the missiles are all facing Godzilla. Okay, there's another slide there before that happens, but okay.
Yes, because Godzilla has to free King Caesar.
He frees Caesar, and he. Oh darn! I missed.
Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier.
Friendly fire.
He accidentally fires his blue beam at King Caesar, and then he goes. He does one of these. Damn. King Caesar. I'm sorry. MechaGodzilla starts flying, and now if that was Gigan, he would just hit him with his beam right away, and he would go down like a rock. But it's MechaGodzilla. So MechaGodzilla hits him in the neck, right by his jugular vein, with a beam, and it hurts him bad. There's blood coming out, blood spewing out.
Yes, I'm surprised. Like, my God, there's blood spray.
Yeah.
Well, the kids are gonna love this. Yeah, bleeding. Again, a little further along in getting those shackles off, and no sunglasses.
Yeah, that's you got to get the eyes. You got to have the eye motion that he's struggling. So with acting,
There it is. The
acting.
And now he's going to attack both of them from both sides.
Yes.
Which is very cool.
And I love the spinning head. You got the spinning head or working on it? Okay.
Coming
the
on.
spinning head is awesome.
That's good. That creates a force field.
Yes, he should use that all the time.
I love the 62 Kong roar that they threw in for King Caesar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I recognize that roar anywhere.
Yes, it is King Kong roar. It is.
Yeah.
Is it in the Japanese version too?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's kind of used for Sanda as well, and Gargantuas.
And Ultraman here and there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great roar.
Yeah.
Its pronunciation is Ultraman. Ultraman.
Ultraman.
Ultraman. Oh yeah? Think you're gonna get past my toes, do you?
And this battle is just MechaGodzilla laying waste to Godzilla and King Caesar.
Yeah, it's not good for the team.
One's taking them all out.
And it's just like so demeaning too. I don't even have to move. I'm just gonna move
I
my
think
head.
I cried the first time I watched this because I was as a kid. I was crying, tears coming down. Godzilla, no!
Godzilla actually staggers over. He tries to stagger towards him. He's just getting pummeled. He does get a beam off though when he goes to the ground.
Yeah, when he fall, I love he gets a beam when he's falling down. Oh!
Take that! I'm falling down, but I'm still gonna hit you right next to the neck. Eye for an eye. So then this is where we get the force field created by the spinning head.
Yes, and
again, as a kid, if you watch this, that's so cool.
Oh my god!
Godzilla's beam doesn't work on it.
It's still cool.
Now I would have thought that King Caesar would have jumped and tried to get it with his fingers and burned his finger. But Godzilla does both. He does the beam and the fingers.
I figured he'd jump on top of his head and they'd beat him. He wouldn't, in a circle. But no.
Got to stop that head.
Together.
And the chains finally come loose and the pipe comes apart. Are you ready? Yeah, let's do it.
And that's just a total annihilation of Godzilla and Kong.
God.
I mean Caesar, sorry.
Caesar, yeah.
Again, because they couldn't get Kong for this one. They didn't want to pony up that money. They had to create a new kaiju. But he's very Kong-like. He is. He's a good guy.
God, the barrage of weapons just, I feel so bad.
There
for
he
those
is.
two.
Yes.
There's the stagger.
I had the tissues going. And you notice there's There's no Caesar anymore. Caesar went down, and then he's not down. Where is he?
I'm not
He's
sure.
like out of the picture. He's out of the picture.
Again, he flies and zaps him in the neck, and again, more blood comes out. Ah! Ouch!
Yep.
And he's bleeding from his mouth too. Ouch!
He's just bleeding everywhere. And he gets shot with the rockets that don't explode. What happened?
Yes.
Drill into his skin.
To add insult to injury.
Maybe they're poisoned. They're poisoned.
Poison darts. Oh, I like that.
Oh.
So yeah, but then he does his ninja move. He does his Danielson move. He's about to kick him. He's going to kick him with. But this is how he brings out that magnetic personality,
Yeah,
the
the King Kong
electricity,
style. Yeah.
magnetism. He's turned himself into a giant magnet. Interesting.
And I love how there's the fireworks behind him. Those are sparklers, and I really mean those are sparklers. Really, you can see in the picture they're sparklers.
All right, ready to light up the sparklers on his fins. So he turns into a giant magnet. Now, here's a weird part. These two towers come into him and take over and go over his shoulders. And then they just disappear. Like in the next shot, you see Godzilla, they're just gone.
I always question that. Like, where did they go?
If he's magnetic, they would have stayed there, right?
Yeah, or at least if he moved them, they would still be attached to his back.
No, he's a magnet. So when you have a magnet in the front, it comes to you, and when it goes on the other side, it's reflecting. Okay.
That's fair. Yeah.
There you go. That
Yeah.
explains everything.
See,
So
my magnets, when they come together, they go together, but opposite, they boom.
These guys are never going to get their act together.
I got props everywhere.
And poor Masahiko, all he can do is just react. He doesn't have anything to do. So yeah, MechaGodzilla realizes magnetic Godzilla is not good for him, so he starts to fly away. He farts right from the bottom of his feet and starts to fly away.
And Godzilla's arms are great. He's like doing a fishy thing. He's like,
I'm getting out of here.
and
Damn it, battery died. So Godzilla starts to do a Dracula. Come.
Yeah.
And Godzilla's trying to fly away, Spartan as hard as he can. But no. He goes back, goes down, and Godzilla gets a grapple on him. And again, no towers anywhere to be found. They're gone.
reverse magnetation.
So he grabs on him. King Caesar realizes, oh, hey, I'm not in danger anymore. So he just body slams him.
And that
again,
actually damaged the suit. If you pause the video, you can see the suit is actually damaged the first time he hits it. When he body slams him,
really,
there's it's a dent. There's an indentation in the suit.
Oh wow!
I gotta watch.
I never noticed that. I just did it. I'm like, oh no!
Funny, I didn't notice. Yeah. So, what's wrong? The controls are not responding. He's dying. Okay, let's do it. I would have done it before the controls, but anyway. I mean, why do it now? Godzilla's already won. Godzilla's already won. Let's run out the back door.
Yeah.
So here's where he pulls his head around. Now we already established that he can Linda Blair his head to make a force field. There's no problem with that. But for some reason, when Godzilla pulls it around, it's going to fall off. It's going to break off. He does do kind of a karate chop move at the end there. That might be the reason it comes loose.
It's a torque factor.
Torque
factor.
Yeah.
He put some serious torque on MechaGodzilla's neck.
Exactly.
So the head comes off, it blows up, blows Godzilla into the sea. The Supreme Leader is amazed. I can't believe Godzilla won over MechaGodzilla. Oh, yeah? Well, take a look at this. Here's our pipes.
Here's our pipes.
Here's our pipe pieces. Blam, 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 blam. Everything starts blowing up. He gets shot in the neck.
In the neck.
And he gets like black, green, gooey blood comes out. And he turns
right on. Right on the camera. That's good for kids.
Yeah. Little bukkake for the camera there from the alien. Turns into a girl. Now he
Now, why
doesn't
does
look
he
as
have
impressive as
spikes?
the other girl is.
How come the other girls don't have spikes? He has spikes in his face.
Spiky. They do. They do have
I
spiky.
guess because he's the leader and they want to make him more over dramatic.
Yeah. The other
Maybe
ones,
that's. But see, I always question it too. Like, why don't the other apes have like spikes or whatever on its face, but the main leader, the villain, has all these spikes poking out of his face? Well, I don't know. Maybe it's a ranking system. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be. That's why his face
I mean,
was
more
kind of
powerful.
brown because the spikes were going through his mask.
Respect the spikes. So he's a gorilla. Oh, you better get out of here. This place is blowing up. I am not sure if they survive. I don't. I'm watching the slides at the end of this after I finished it, and I'm like, wait a minute, did they get out? The place blows up. We go back to the other characters who are at the temple, and they're watching from a distance. And they watch Godzilla go into the ocean. They watch King Caesar jump back into his mountain, little hiding nook there, so he can sleep. Oh man, I'm tired. Fighting these other kaiju. I'm tired. And then the on cue, the mountain blows up and covers him up again. So why not let him roam for a little while? You know,
Dude
This
loves
job-
his naps.
His job is done.
Yep.
Time to rest.
So they're on their way out. So we go back to the temple, and they put the statue back where it belongs in the temple, and she's extremely happy, running around. What the hell? What was that?
What happened?
What were you showing?
Were you trying to show something?
You were trying to
Yeah,
show
I
something.
was showing. This is the
Okay.
official DVD you can buy, and it
Oh,
comes
they-
with
Oh
comes
my
with
God.
5 posters,
Mhm.
and it comes with the book too. With the book is that I showed you before has the schematic of MechaGodzilla. Hold on, right there. Schematic of MechaGodzilla.
Wow.
It's the centerfold.
But
That's so
there's a
awesome.
magazine inside. There's a magazine inside of this DVD. So
It's like Playboy for kaiju lovers. So she's running out there, and again, we don't see the professor or Nombara. Did they make it? I gotta watch again. I gotta go watch it again. The old man
Well,
comes out,
I'm
and she
looking.
happily runs out to the front courtyard. Hey, yes, it's over. The prophecy has come true, and now it's over.
Yeah, they do not show the professor or the agent.
After, yeah.
No,
After the
yeah.
close-up.
Now that you say that, I'm playing, moving my head. Like, no, they don't actually. They
I'm
just
like,
gotta
oh
wait
God, did they
till
not
this.
make it? Oh no!
And no one seems concerned.
No one's like, oh,
No one
did
even
they
mentions
okay?
it.
We're very
No one
happy
even
now.
mentions it.
Well, when the mountain went down, they mention it. And they say, "Oh, no, he doesn't." He says something. What does he say?
I'm sure they got out okay.
No, you see them run. You see them run out. You see them run out of the building. But
Do you? Okay.
yes,
They just didn't make it to the temple in time for the fun and games.
exactly.
No, yeah.
I was hoping she'd sing another song.
Yes, there was another song, but they cut it for time constraints. Then we see another King Caesar. Now, why didn't they just put the regular King Caesar statue up there?
It's very large.
Because
This one's
it's
much
everywhere.
larger.
It's because you can find them everywhere.
That's the front temple gates, man. You got to protect the gates. And we get the end.
Yes, ori. That says ori. That's what that says in Japanese. Ori.
And there it is. So Godzilla versus MechaGodzilla, the original 1974. A lot of fun to watch this movie, even if you're a kid or if you're a grown-up kaiju lover. It's just a fun movie. One of my favorites from the 70s. Because the others were just low budget and they kind of looked low budget. This one, it looked like $1 million, even though it was low budget,
Yeah.
They even had a better budget for Terror of MechaGodzilla, but just didn't grab me like this one did. And the main reason I think was because they swapped out King Caesar, whom they could have brought back, for Titanosaurus, which is I'm not a big Titanosaurus fan. So, all right. Well, thank you guys for joining us. I'm so glad you got here, Kaiju.Konbat. George, always a pleasure. Thank you, Professor, for joining us again, giving us your commentary on it. Anastasia, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And the next show is the last show of the season. It's not going to be next week because I've got things that I got to do. I'm moving. But in 2 weeks, we're going to do episode 25, which is Terror of MechaGodzilla. And we will go into that in detail with another timeline. Join us for that, please. You guys are welcome to join us for that, both of you, if you want to join us. And until then, keep watching your kaiju.
Thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe. Thanks.